Good evening, everyone, in Mr. Arnold's CHC2L class. Today we're going to be learning about continuity and change in Canada's entry into World War II. We learned about some famous battles in World War I, and the reason that Canada joined the First World War cause as a colony of Great Britain. We're going to see that there are some similar causes of Canada's entry into World War II, but also some very different ones. So we're going to see some continuity and some... Your learning goals today are to use criteria to analyze the extent to which internal and external forces affect the actions of a country. Specifically, you'll know you're successful if you can explain the main causes of World War II, analyze the responses of Canada to major international events in this time period, and use criteria to determine the significance of Canadian responses to the events leading up to. Within Unit B Activity 4, please go into your work and open Canada's entry into World War II. Now remember that you can also do this on a large piece of paper. Paper and the event sheet have both been provided to you for this activity. If you are going to do this on paper, please copy the triangle and the Google diagram in the middle of the document. And be sure to have your labels correct. On the left, you'll see it says internal forces. On the far right, it says external forces. And on the very top, it says other. That means any event that contains the following terms are to be placed on the triangle close to either internal, external, or somewhere other. If your event contains the term Canada and Canada only, that means it is close to the internal forces side. If it contains the term Canada and the US, it goes over US but close to Canada. If it contains US, Great Britain, or Canada, it would go in between where it says US and Great Britain. Any other countries without either Great Britain, US, or Canada in them would go further toward external. If you are not using a piece of paper, you are going to simply grab each of the numbers here and drag them to where they would go on the drawing. Let's take a look at those events now. So if you are using paper, you would be cutting up each event beforehand and gluing it onto your triangle. If we start with number 1, the event is the Treaty of Versailles, which was signed ending World War I. You can see we have both the words Canada and Great Britain. Or, on the diagram, event number 1 could be placed in between. You would continue to place your events, again, if they are cut, then your events would simply be placed on the paper triangle, or you would drag and drop your event number onto the corresponding position in the triangle. You are going to be responsible for picking the top 5 most significant events that led to Canada's entry into World War II. Now remember that the most significant events could be the events that involved Canada, the US, and Great Britain, and therefore be considered more on the internals. Good luck on Unit B Activity 4, and please let me know if you have any questions.